if you are somebody that loves to prove people right, it's a different perspective to look at why that is. Because as we break down, especially within mental health, within trauma, we break down our younger self, psychology is so tough because you're literally building yourself back up, but you're tapping back into your trauma and pain.
Hold your applause, I ain't done yet. Immortality got me weary since Kobe died. I got this watch on my arm, but I'll never know my time. So my focus lies in my work, which got me in overdrive. I can't break for a day. I'm in a maze of my mind, I can't make an escape.
And we back. Y'all already know another episode of Decoding Two Sides of the System. Now look, if y'all haven't checked out Decoding the Real Cruise Edition, please go check that out. That's a spinoff of me traveling and me doing things as far as vacations. I got some big things coming up. I got a Vegas trip. I also got going back to Louisiana and being able to spend time with my mom. I'm gonna show y'all the behind the scenes of how you eat good in Louisiana. You know, with the pound cakes, the seafood cornbread, all that. So we're gonna document all that, we're gonna upload that. But as far as everything goes, I wanna thank y'all for, joining me on this episode, and we're gonna get right to it. So the theme of this episode basically is just because you're doing everything right don't mean you get the things you want. And what I mean by that is I've been doing everything that I said I was gonna do. I've been taking the initiative, I've been sacrificing, I've been dedicating myself, I've been going through good times and bad times, but just because I'm doing everything right don't mean that I get the things that I want. And in life, sometimes whenever we flip the camera on and we like, you know what, I'm gonna do this or I'm gonna start doing this, and then you want the result, it's also realizing that for the past years or months, you was also bullshitting. So you can't just get the things that you want if that's not how the process goes. So I just want to dive into everything that I've been going through and then my mental mindset on how I took it, how I handle it, and also give you tools to, if you're going through these same things, that I can bless you with the knowledge to get through them. We're gonna start off with the first. Okay, facing adversity. Y'all, I literally went on a cruise, Decoding the Real Cruise Edition. I came back, I lost 11 pairs of shoes. I lost half of my wardrobe, countless jackets that I can't get back, shirts. During that time, during facing that adversity, it was very hard for me to get up and do the things that I need to do just to live, I'm talking, because whenever you have pieces that mean like a lot to you and then they gone just out of split second and you have no control over what's happening, it's kind of like somebody take your soul out of you. Like, just imagine you loving some shoes or a jacket or just something your mom or somebody made for you, and then it's taken away. And you don't have no control on how to get it back. You don't know what's going on. They telling you this and they kind of just, putting me through the whirlwind. But whenever I was facing that adversity, the three feelings I was feeling was just like sad. I felt hopelessness, and I really just felt like I had nothing left to give. Like, what else do I have to do? And everybody goes through those moments of being at their lowest, but still having to find the courage to fight. And my tool for y'all is whenever it hit me, I took a day or two and I sat in my adversity. I didn't run. So when you're going through things, you actually got to sit in the adversity. That's step one. Once you sit in the adversity, your mind is going to tell you the things that you know you got to do, but you might not have the strength to do it. But it's all about the process of getting it done in the way that makes you your best self. So for instance, whenever I was facing this adversity, my process was, okay, I gotta get back to going to the gym. The reason why is because the gym holds me accountable. So whenever you're going through something, find something that holds you accountable to being your best self. It could be go and get your niece. It could be spending time with your mom or spending time with your grandmother. Find you something like that to bridge the gap for you to get back to being your best self. And facing that adversity, it really just taught me a lot about myself and about how strong I am to get through. And everybody has strength and everybody has faith, but in times we lose the bricks to build it. So whenever your strength and your faith is questioned, just know that you don't have to get back on it like, okay, I'm gonna take 2 days, then I'm gonna be exactly who I need to be. It's like, no, take it a day at a time. take the space that you need and come back to yourself whenever it's ready. Now, you can't take too long, but you gotta work at a pace to where it kind of fits where you're going. Okay, facing depression. Depression is something that a lot of people go through. It's something that builds your character, but it's also something that tests your character. It's also something that builds your faith, but it's also something that tests your faith. So going through depression was very hard, because whenever you're depressed about things, everybody's gonna tell you the things that you are. And that might be good to hear, and everybody have that feeling, but not a lot of people know what to do with that feeling whenever you're depressed. And being depressed, first off, is accepting it, not running from it. You know, you acknowledging yourself that you are depressed is one of the biggest and main things that you can do in order to be successful. Because most people try to run away from the hard times, but you got to learn how to sit in the hard times so you know how to navigate. I feel like a lot of people in life, they sit down, and if you are a person that whenever you're feeling down and you kind of like sit down and then you just try to sprint out of your depression and you try to just go, and you feel like if I do this, or if I eat this, or if I talk to this person, I'll be better. I feel like with depression, it's more important for you to sit in there and find the door slowly, not sprint out. Like, walk out of that depression, so you know as you walk, every step you take, you're building your character, you're building your trust, you're building your faith. And that will make you better whenever you get out of your depression, to know what type of person you are. And then you'll also be able to realize the moments that you had in order to get back to yourself. You will remember them better if you walk out rather than you run out. Denzel Washington had this quote. He says, don't fall backward, fall forward. And the quote really put like just in a sense of like confidence in me, and also just like a sense of motivation, but also a sense of understanding. Because whenever you fall, he says fall forward. So let's say you are depressed or you're going through anxiety. You want to fall forward to the person that you want to be. You want to fall forward into the whatever line that you have, going straight. You don't want to go backwards. And in life, we focus a lot on, all right, like, let me take this step back. But actually, you can take a step back, but you always want to fall forward towards your goal. Fall forward towards like your goals and your structure in life and things like that. Like, Denzel was breaking it down, and it really makes a lot of sense to me. And I just feel like with people that go through a misunderstanding, or with people that fail, whenever you fail and you look at all the decisions you made to get that failure, that doesn't define you. What defines you is who you are when you wake up, or when you are when you get up. And you want to be closer to your goal, not less from your goal. That's a quote that really helped me through my journey, and I hope it helps you too. So I definitely want to talk about this. Addressing fake friends that give you fake energy. And what I mean by that is, whenever you give somebody your energy and you listen to their problems as a friend, and you kind of push and you want them to be their best self, you literally are draining yourself to make them feel okay. And most of the time, whenever we give advice to people, they don't take the advice. You got to be careful if you that type of person, because in life, you start to drain within your life. You'll be sitting there mad at your house, and this person is out doing what they need to do, not even taking it serious. But also, most people don't even realize that those people won't do the same thing that you're doing for them. If you a person and your friends don't listen to you, or they don't take you as serious as you take yourself whenever you're going through things, then you might be putting a little bit too much on the table to where they're not. And it's draining mentally, because you're literally putting all your focus, all your pain, all your trauma into them, and you're trying to help them. But helping them opens up pains in your wounds, because you're sitting there talking about your trauma, your feelings, your past. And for them not to give you that same leeway to be able to express yourself is a real thing that happens to a lot of people. And what a lot of people do is it starts resentment. And that resentment doesn't allow you to be your best self, because most people emotionally keep it in, but they don't tell people how they truly make them feel, because they feel like they're gonna be judged, or they feel like they're such genuine people that they feel like if they say something and it makes the other person mad, then they're like, oh, I'm doing too much. But I think that's where, the accountability comes in for yourself, because a lot of people take advantage of good, kind-hearted people. And you should always have that type of just power on both sides. Like, you should always be able to express yourself when it comes to your friends, and they should listen to you just how you listen to them. They should care about you just how you care for them. And a lot of people get taken for granted for that, and it's not right, but it's also life too. Like, if you don't speak up and tell people, then they're gonna continue and do the same thing. So don't fault people for not telling them how you truly feel. To fake friends who support you whenever it's beneficial to them, it's about you acknowledging, because most people acknowledge, but you gotta have the confidence to speak up on it. And then when you do speak up on it, you gotta, again, have the confidence to deal with whatever consequences come to light. Like, if you lose that friend or your relationship is not the same, you gotta choose peace for yourself and peace for where you wanna be at in life, mentally, spiritually, and physically. So don't ever take those moments for granted. And also too, just friends that wait till they congratulate you whenever you start winning. I had a conversation with one of my friends off camera, and he was telling me, like, no names, but it's like, bro, I see this dude, he only shouted you out whenever you really started, like your subscribers went up. And I was like, yeah, I noticed all that. And he's like, what? And I was like, yeah, I literally know who support me. I know every repost, I watch all that. But like I told him, it's not about that. Like, I got the self-belief within myself that I'm gonna make it to the goals that I wanna make it to. It doesn't matter if somebody's supporting you, but it's also great to acknowledge that and then see the people who's there for you. And that way, whenever you make it and, you start doing stuff for people like, oh, wow, bro, I've been here. Like, no. We was cool, but at the same time, like, I remember how you treated me before, and I remember just you posting whenever everybody else posted to make it look good. So in life, if you have people that don't support you how you want them to, and they don't give you the confidence how you feel they should, if you see them supporting, if you do podcasts, they support $1 million worth of game, you got your own podcast, in my sense, it's okay. Because at the end of the day, whenever you make it to the goals that you want to make it to, and they try to do that, and then they feel like they're owed something, you could tell them no. You're just like everybody else who supported me whenever I started winning. So please, if you have that in mind, don't take it personal. No one is ever gonna believe in you like you believe in yourself, and that's a fact. So going into that, I wanna talk about family. And one of the main things that I learned with my podcast journey and with doing anything is your family will never see you how you see yourself. And what I mean by that is, if you somebody that's taking the initiative and you trying to break family generational curses and things like that, your family will never see you as you see yourself, like seeing you accomplish that, or just seeing you continue to break those barriers, because people only see you whenever it's finished. They don't know what it took for you to get there. So you might be skilled with a camera, you might be skilled talking or whatever, but they don't know, it took you 30 takes to get this one take, and this one take has elevated you to be a better person. Or they don't understand, like, you had to work hard for 2 years before somebody started taking you serious to book you or to just take you serious in whatever field you have. So with that, it's not a bad thing that your family don't see you that way, because at the end of the day, proving yourself right will prove everybody else wrong. And if you can prove yourself right, you won't ever look at what other people are doing and what other people are not doing in order for you to be successful. And with family, even when you tell them, sometimes they're out of just the culture that we in. Some people grew up in different times. They didn't have the same opportunities that we do now. So with different opportunities means different results. So if you have a family member, a mom, an aunt, uncle that you really, really care about, and they're not giving you everything that you want as far as your support, then it's good for you to just acknowledge that and keep moving forward. Because as you move forward in life, people people respect you more and they also see. So show yourself how great you are, and then it'll prove to them how great you are, basically. Another quote is, you can't want success and not be able to take what comes with it. Andre Ward said that, and he was referring to Shakur Stevenson. Shakur is my favorite boxer. If you know me, I love boxing, and Shakur went through a tough fight to where his hand was hurt. He didn't make no excuses, and basically the world just crashed on him. They told him how not great he was. They told him he wasn't ready. They called him boring. They did all these tactics, and Andre Ward was like, man, I think it's good for him because you can't want success and not want what comes with it. And I talked about just everything that I've been going through, being depressed, facing adversity, and doing all these things. But also too, I've learned that with success, you can't run from that. Like, you gotta go through those hard times. You gotta go through that pain. You gotta go through that struggle of not being your best self to be successful. And you gotta take what comes with success, because like I said, with my pod, I went up, like, now I'm at like 4,000 subscribers, but before I shot these 2 pods, I was at like 669, and I started going through all this stuff. But it's not to make excuses, because everybody's going through something in life. So it's all about taking it on and understanding that with success, these are the type of problems that could occur. Like, you could be successful and then, you flying and you lose something that's important to you, or many things that's important to you, or have your wardrobe like me. Don't wish that on nobody, but that's just how it goes. But within that success, it's all about learning from the success and the struggle. And that's what I learned. Like, whenever you're going through your struggles in life, those are your learning lessons in order for you to take a step and be a better you, be a better person. So if you are failing at a thing that's consistent, but your goal is to be successful at that, whenever you mark your steps down on how you feel, whenever you're losing, you'll know how better you get each day. And then when you do accomplish that goal, you will not only know the steps that it took to get there, but the process that it took you to get there. The days that you were good, the days that you were bad. And I feel like within myself, I gotta learn how to take the success part and everything that comes with it. I felt like success was just the happiness. Like, oh yeah, you get this and you start winning more people, you start getting a little bit more clout. But I didn't understand that there's a different clout of success. And that clout is testing you just to see, okay, you're going through all this, can you continuously put up new content? For you, it could be you working. Can you consistently get up and go back to work? Can you consistently stay in the gym? All those things are stepping stones and building blocks for you to be better within yourself. So whenever you do get success within your body, your maintaining will be, okay, how's your eating gonna be? That can knock you off path. If you're being a boxer, it could be training. How dedicated are you going to be to the gym just because you beat one of the best people around the state or around the country? You still got to be dedicated to that gym to be successful. Even just you every day at your job. If you get a promotion, you still have to be consistent and dedicated to showing up every day and to building yourself up to be the best you. Muhammad Ali is one of my just idols, and he said something. I was listening to an interview, and he said, I want to show the world how great I am. And that really meant a lot, because it's like, whenever you show not only the world, but you show yourself how great you are, there's no better feeling, because it's like you're saying what you are and you're saying what you're gonna do. And I feel like affirmations is a big thing at that point. Like, I write out affirmations, people who write out affirmations, as you write your affirmations out and as you step into your purpose every day with accomplishing your affirmations or accomplishing your goals, to show people that you can do it is one thing, but to show yourself that you can do it is everything. And that's just not only providing confidence within you, but providing confidence within somebody that may need mental health. somebody that may need courage or confidence. And mental health is important to me because I'm showing people how great I am despite the doubt, but I'm also giving that person that's confidence that don't really talk about mental health just an outlet or a process that it helps them get through it. And a lot of people suffer in silence. It's not cool to say you're not doing good. It's not cool to tell your friends that, hey, I'm depressed today, or I just don't feel like talking. And when people suffer in silence, that's when more bad things happen. They let it pile up their cup until it overflow. And when it overflows, you end up doing things that could cost you your life, or cost you years in prison, or just literally cost you a job, or even more importantly, an opportunity. We gotta have a better foundation with sharing that we not okay in life, I feel like. And that bridge is hard because that's when you're at your most vulnerable. If you can tell somebody that you're not doing good, I think the process of that, it builds up your self-belief and your self-confidence to know that I can stand and let people see me not at my best. But in today's world, people try to live outside of social media just like they in social media. So if you call somebody and ask you if you're all right, you're gonna say no. Just like if you post a picture on Instagram, it's gonna be your best picture or your best work, but not mentally understanding that in order to elevate yourself and in order for you to get the help that you want or the advice that you may need, or just being able to have an outlet to vent out, you're gonna have to be your most vulnerable. And being your most vulnerable is how you, like Muhammad Ali say, show the world that you're great, because everybody is trying to give a picture of what great is, but you want to feel what great is. And greatness don't have to be accomplishing crazy goals, having crazy houses. Showing the world how great you is could just literally you be feeling like, I'm my best self and I'm at peace and I know the steps to where whatever feeling I'm feeling, I can get out of it. If you're depressed, you have a foundation for that. If you have anxiety, a foundation for that. If you just need somebody to vent to, have a foundation for that. Those are the things that make you great. Again, this is another thing about proving yourself right. Kind of like same topics, but just a different mental capacity. If you are somebody that loves to prove people right, it's a different perspective to look at why that is. Because as we break down, especially within mental health, within trauma, we break down our younger self, psychology is so tough because you're literally building yourself back up, but you're tapping back into your trauma and pain. Whenever you're proving yourself right, it could be a thing, or proving other people right, it could be a stepping stone of something that you went through in your past to where you feel like, oh, my father wasn't there, or the person that I really wanted to see me win wasn't there. And now I really want to show them how great I am. I really want to show them what I did. And that could be draining to you if you don't have a father, or you don't have somebody to acknowledge you within your success and within your steps. And you want to be faithful to the people that I would say that treat you how you deserve to be treated and not how they feel like you want to be treated. Which means if you're not at your best self, you want people that will tell you that you're not at your best self. Like you want people to treat you like, you deserve to be treated. You don't want to be treated fakely. So by proving yourself right, again, it could be trauma.
Your applause, I ain't done yet. Immortality got me weary since Kobe died. I got this watch on my arm, but I'll never know my time.